Guys, it has finally hit me. Tears of the Kingdom is just 2 weeks away, but I have one big issue with this game, and we gotta talk about it right now. Hey guys, Nish Quick here. And it's been a while since I've been on camera, so hello, but I've been having this lingering problem in my mind about Tears of the Kingdom. At first, the last trailer, the final trailer, the amazing trailer we got, kind of alleviated those tensions, but now a lot of this stuff is sparking up again. A lot of these doubts, this apprehension, and I just want to get it off my chest before this game comes out and the game leaks and we figure out all this stuff and all of that. So if you guys are excited for Tears of the Kingdom, which I still am, mind you, I'm very excited for this game, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to not miss any Zelda and Xenoblade content from yours truly, Nish Quick Pops. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting there. We're making good progress. So help me reach my goal of 1K. Anyways, let's talk about Tears of the Kingdom and this big problem I'm having. So let's cut to the chase. What is this problem? What am I worried about with this game? It is the story. It is the narrative of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I will give you some backstory. I was not too keen on Breath of the Wild during the pre-release. This whole Zelda Wii U open world idea and mechanic, I wasn't truly sold on it until I played the game myself. What actually hooked me onto the game was the fact that there was somewhat of a story going on. We had the Master Sword, we had some resemblance of Ganon, we had Zelda, we had so many different races of Hyrule. We had the Goron, Zora, Rito. It reminded me of Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, where all these characters come together to achieve this ultimate goal of defeating the great evil that is Ganon. But when I played the game, I realized that the entire story takes place 100 years ago, and it is done through these memories. The memories show you flashbacks of your time with Zelda, your time with the champions, and all that. I accepted it, I was okay with it, and after a while I kind of actually liked it because it was an interesting, different kind of way of storytelling. But as the years went on and I played other games, namely like other Zelda games, I played Xenoblade Chronicles, Persona, and other games where the story takes place in the present, it is engaging, and it is captivating. I also played Elden Ring last year. Elden Ring was a fantastic game, I loved it to death. My major issue with Elden Ring is, still to this day, despite putting hundreds of hours into it, I am not interested or invested in the story at all. The lore is rich, the lore is in-depth, it's great. I'm not the kind of guy to look into item descriptions to get story, lore, character development. Even Metroid Prime, I played Metroid Prime Remastered earlier this year. I would just scan things and move on. I wouldn't really process what was happening, and that's fine. It's not a big issue, but with a game like The Legend of Zelda, where stories like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, my favorite story ever in Zelda, had engaging stories that take place in the present, Breath of the Wild is sorely missing that. And one big, major hope for the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, which I hoped for, was a story that takes place in the present, because we have Ganondorf, we have Zelda, we have Link, we have everyone rebuilding Hyrule. This is the perfect time to have a story in the present. Why has this apprehension and this worry about Tears of the Kingdom re-emerged? Well, I will say this. The new trailer came out, and I basically said this in my breakdown video of the trailer. Other thing, guys, is this is a lot of story stuff, and this is story stuff happening in the game. It's happening in the game. It's not happening 10,000 years before. It's not happening 100 years before. This is Link and Sidon fighting right here, right now. I basically said that a lot of stuff that's going on looks like it's taking place in the present, and that's very good. But also, this is before I delved into a lot of the trailer breakdowns and the trailer analyses and all that. And then I realized that a lot of this stuff could also be flashback. And that's when the worries set in again. Are we going to be searching for memories? Are we going to be seeing a lot of memories? Are a lot of these cutscenes that we're seeing in the game from memories instead of actual cutscenes happening in the present? Namely, I will say, the Ganondorf one, where Ganondorf is rehydrated and he goes, "Ah!" Sorry about that Ganondorf impersonation, whatever. Anyways, that whole Ganondorf cutscene where he's rehydrated and he screams and he's got the tear on his forehead. A lot of people are saying that that takes place in the past because of the architecture and layout of the Great Plateau, how Hebra Mountains look like and all that. And then you see this mysterious Zonai woman who I have a video on. You should check that out. You should check that out up here. It's gonna be up here. The whole thing about these cutscenes is a lot of the context we can take from this is that it might take place in the past. If these people are Zonai, why aren't they in the present? Why weren't they in Breath of the Wild? Had to be in the past. If this woman is the same one as in the cave paintings, why are we seeing her? Why are there cave paintings of this woman? Probably takes place in the past. Again, this goat, Zonai, deity, creature, sage, whatever you want to call him. That scene he's in looks like it is from the past when he and the other sages are sealing Ganondorf. I don't want this to be the meat of the story. I don't want a lot of these memories to be what is driving the narrative of Tears of the Kingdom. And it is actually a little bit of a disappointing thing to me, because not only were the memories a big portion of why I was upset with Breath of the Wild, it was the fact that Calamity Ganon was a cloud. Literally a cloud, a non-threatening, non-scary cloud just circling around Hyrule Castle. He was threatening when he was in his spider form, that was really cool. But then even Dark Beast Ganon, not even a threat, nothing. No real tangible threat in the present. And if this muscly rehydrated Ganondorf we see with the official artwork, we see in the flashbacks, or we see in the cutscenes, if this is all a flashback, I will be a little upset. It is a possibility that Ganondorf stays as a skeleton throughout the entirety of the game and only reawakens in his ultimate form at the very end of the game. It'll be a little bit upsetting to me, I will say. Gameplay is one thing. Gameplay, this game can be a 20 out of 10. From what I'm seeing with previews, what I'm seeing with this gameplay demonstration with Aonuma and the trailers and all of that, this is looking to be the greatest open world video game I will ever have the chance of playing thus far. When it comes to story though, and I will say this, I've been spoiled by Xenoblade. Xenoblade, having beaten Future Redeemed, having played all of the Klaus Saga games, has probably the best story saga of a video game I've ever played, even surpassing The Legend of Zelda. And what Xenoblade does is it has this vast open world, so explorable, so vast, you can go anywhere and encounter so many different things, but it has that engaging story to keep you going forward. And I really hope that Tears of the Kingdom has that, because these Sky Islands look, I wouldn't say empty, but it doesn't look like people are there. That makes me realize that the Zonai truly are gone in the present. All this Zonai interaction, all this Zonai stuff is going to be in the past. There is one silver lining to all of this though. There's one silver lining, and it is somewhat unlikely, but as a hopeful Zelda fan, as a hopeful Nintendo fan, I am being hopeful and putting this out there. We are 2 weeks from release. We have not seen a trace or a hint or that much of a smidge of evidence that Princess Zelda, or the Zelda that we know, this short-haired Zelda, is going to be a playable character. And another thing that is influencing this rhetoric or this opinion or these theories about Tears of the Kingdom having a much more developed story but taking place in the past is that when Zelda is on these Sky Islands, it looks to be that these Sky Islands are still on the ground. They haven't risen up into the sky yet. So Zelda has been taken back into the past to revitalize the Master Sword or whatever. My thing is, that can be the case. That can be fine. The flashbacks we will see will be of Zelda and all that. The silver lining that I'm hinting at is if Zelda is playable in these flashbacks, it will be nice. It'll be nice to get more exposure, to get a little more familiar with this old Hyrule. It makes sense that they would do this. We need to know what happens in the past to really understand what we need to do in the present to defeat this great evil. But to make all these past memories a little more engaging and a little more exciting for us Zelda fans who want a more engaging story, having Zelda playable, having us control the princess in the past would make this separation a little more manageable, you know? That's just me. I don't know about what you guys think. I am a little nervous for this, but another silver lining, I guess, is that Sidon is there, Tulin is there, Riju is there, all the Hyrulean residents are there to help you out and keep you going on this journey. So that is one silver lining. Things are going to happen in the present. I just want to face Ganondorf in the present. I want him to look at Link in the present and say things to him, maybe about the past, recount what happened in the past with previous heroes, but say it to the Link that we know. And hopefully Link doesn't have to travel back in time to stop Ganondorf. This might be a little too much to ask. I don't know if other people feel this way, or I feel like a lot of people do feel this way, but I'm coming at kind of like a middle ground here. Some people are okay with the flashback. Some people really like how Breath of the Wild handled the story, whereas some people did not, and some people miss the storytelling of games like Wind Waker or Skyward Sword. I fall sort of in the middle, but I really hope the Zelda team has taken this advice from us fans and taken this criticism to heart and really build a good narrative which is engaging in the present. Engaging is the most important thing, and things can take place in the past, but if it is engaging, if we can interact with all these story elements, all these narrative elements, it'll make things better. It's not just about having things take place in the present. My roundabout way of saying all of this is that if it's engaging, if we can do all of this stuff, it will be better. If we can play these memories out, if we can control Link, if we can control Zelda in these memories and these past segments, that'll be nice. Also, just give us a good story in the present. Nintendo, come on, you can do this. I know you can. The Zelda team has done this in the past, and I have full faith that they can do this. They can give us a great Legend of Zelda story for us to remember and respect and talk about for the next decade and beyond. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Are you a little afraid? Are you a little worried like I am about a lot of Tears of the Kingdom story taking place in the past? Do you not care? Do you miss old Zelda story structures like Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time? Let me know in the comments below. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, check out my Wind Waker live streams. I'm gonna keep continuing those on the road to Tears of the Kingdom. And yeah, this is Nishquick signing off. Have a great day, and go play some great games today, like some Legend of Zelda games. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.